Giannis' rookie card.
Oh, damn.
Signed from him.
That's awesome.
I told him, I was like, please, can you sign a card? He's so much into cards, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
insane to think that there's thousands, if not tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of cards autographed by Pete Rose.
There is a ton of card content out there right now, both good and bad. So each week, I'm going to siphon through it and pick the best 3, what I think are the top 3 card content clips of the week, and give some hobby love.
Everybody want clap.
Welcome to another installment of Best Card Content of the Week. I missed last weekend. It was the first weekend I missed since started making these videos. And while I coached chess, we had a tournament last week. I'm also taking classes to become a GATE or get my GATE endorsement to become a GATE teacher. I had my final class last week and just a lot going on. But furthermore, a story intrigued me that I just couldn't stop thinking about. And that was how Blaze, the breaker, company, hit all these one-of-ones in a span of like 3 or 4 days. So this video, I took 3 or 4 days to not only crunch numbers and do the math, but also I interviewed Jags, who opened or works for Blaze Breaks, and he's the one that opened the Wemby one-of-one.
Oh my God. How about a Victor Wembanyama Nebula for Zion Papa?
The second time in a row. Nebula.
Do you realize that could be like $1 million card? Everybody want clap.
So go check it out. I'll put a quick tidbit of or quick, snip of the interview here. But for this video to only have 343 views is a crime. It's a shame. Go check it out.
Professor. We're not curious. How many cases do you think you opened and or bought? Combined or pick it to 25? Over 100 of 2021. Oh my God. We did it. Penny Hank just hit the Ant-Man Nebula.
With me in just a moment, we'll get to how I came to conclusion on the math and see what you think of my numbers.
If you haven't seen it already, go check it out after this video.
That the hobby needs. More people need to be doing the math on things like this. Just to give my channel just a bit more love, I also feel like stop buying these cards immediately. I got 524 views 3 weeks ago. That's another video. It's a crime that this video is solid. It's really good. So if you're looking for 2 pieces of content from me that you've not seen, stop buying these cards immediately. And then of course this Blaze, I put a lot of time, love, research, effort into this video here. The best content of the week. So that's my little ramble in the beginning. This was interesting. So let's point out the 3 channels first. This is Thanalysis, who's an NBA basketball player. Here we have Sports Card Dad, and here we have Spitball and Cards. Okay, so let's go back. We'll start with Thanalysis, NBA player. He's starting a podcast. It's not that big. There's only 12,500. He plays for the Bucks. He's Giannis Antetokounmpo's brother. And so he had an interview just recently, a day ago, with AJ Dillon, all about collecting cards. I'm not to spoil, but a Giannis auto, I don't think it's this exact one, is maybe given or traded or something happens in this video. So we're going to take a look. This 2.3 thousand views as of yesterday, 66 views here. I mean, his channel is not blowing up. I'd say it could. 52,000 views 3 weeks ago. I think it's still a relatively new podcast. These Antetokounmpos have personality.
I'm gonna play when I want to play, do what I want to do.
So if nothing else, I would expect this channel to continue to grow. I don't know how long the brother Antetokounmpo Thanalysis, if I'm saying it right, will last in the NBA. However, as a personality, he might be around a very long time. So let's get to it. The first clip of this week. And take a look at AJ Dillon and Thanalysis talking sports cards.
I've heard you're a sports card collector, right?
I am, yeah.
So I have some surprise for you. But
Okay.
So let's go with this. I have some boxes for you. Do you want to open them?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll shoot. Do you do any collecting yourself?
Yeah, I do. And I'll tell you what, once you open it. But for the people who are listening and not watching the visuals, it's a couple of boxes of Panini Prism. I want to open this so much. No. Here you go. Okay. And this is actually NBA cards.
All right.
I want to see what you find in the first one.
All right, sounds good. All right. So you've opened up my packs of cards and stuff? So there is a technique to it.
What's the technique? I didn't know that.
There's a technique to it. So sometimes I open up the card for people and they'll buy like they call it like buying into a break. So I'll have the boxes, and people will watch me live stream, and they see this
You
view.
have a live stream?
They see this view. So Dylan's Deals on Instagram.
Oh
AJ
my God!
Dylan.
Follow Dylan's Deals on Instagram.
Yes.
And we can actually take this video. We send it to you.
Oh, perfect.
So you're gonna have that.
Big Dylan's Deals fan. We'll get you a T-shirt.
I got you.
But like people want their cards intact and not messed up into the corner. So you just got to be a little careful. Open up off the top there. You open it up like that, and then the cards are, as clean as you can.
Yes, right.
Drew something.
Let me see that. Eubanks, gotcha. Eubanks, Drew Eubanks. Yep.
Tyus Jones.
Tyus Jones. Oh, we're gonna give this Jay Crowder for him to sign it. Tony, put this shit out here, right? So,
yeah, there we go.
There you have it. When I see him, Jay Crowder, my league, you're gonna sign the cards.
Yeah, I got
please.
So I brought something for you.
What'd you bring?
So this is one of my cards here. It's a rated rookie autograph. And so when you take these cards, you get them autographed and stuff, then you can get them graded. And so they get put in this hard plastic. There's a lot of different grading companies. This one happens to be PSA, but they get graded out of 10 on the autograph and like the condition of the card. So this is a 10 on the autograph and a 9 on the condition. But this is for you.
Thank you. What?
Just to add to your collection.
Thank you, bro.
Keep you in the hobby.
Quadzilla, thank you. But it's so crazy. I got something for you too. It's crazy. That's crazy. I just said it. So, actually, first of all, I got 2 more boxes, but it's for Dylan's Day. Dylan's Day, so when you open it, you be like, hey, this is a present from Thanalysis.
Yeah, I like it.
But then I have a rookie card of mine, which is I'll tell you. Okay, so I'll tell you why this is special.
Okay.
So it's not the ones I played in New York when I got drafted. Mm-hmm. This is actually a card that from the team when I played in Greece, which is crazy. And this signature is one of my first ones that I didn't do this now. It was ones that I had when I went my rookie transition camp, and they had a sign like 500.
Yeah.
And this is so probably over a decade. Mm-hmm. Probably now.
That's awesome.
A year. And I want you to have this, but then...
I appreciate it.
But then I want you to have this as well from the family. Giannis's rookie card.
Oh, damn.
Signed from him.
That's awesome.
I told him, I was like, please, can you sign a card? Because I have AJ coming in, and he actually wanted to meet you and stuff like this. And I said, oh my God, we're having a podcast, and I know like it's crazy, but she's so much into cards, like you know what I'm saying. Like I had games that had cards with me and to have people sign from my teams. Have you ever had that?
So I haven't had cards that I brought to a game. I've thought about it.
I do think it's good for sports cards if more stuff like this were to happen. The more that we can get cards into the mainstream or into more eyeballs on it, it's good for the hobby, besides just us YouTubers or TikTokers or Instagrammers trying to make content for cards. This is an NBA player for the Milwaukee Bucks and maybe, one of the best basketball players in the whole world's brother. And then we have AJ Dillon, a star running back or a good running back in the NFL who breaks cards. This is cool. I mean, this is different. This is exciting. I'd love to see more athletes. AJ Dillon clearly loves cards. Over here, maybe learning. I mean, he definitely, I don't think he doesn't. I mean, he hasn't been doing it as long, based off the video I watched and based off what I could gather. However, it seems like he's saving cards to go to his Bucks players to make sure he's getting them autographed. It's hilarious. And just what a nice gift to AJ Dillon. That's something you and me will probably never see. So anyways, go check this out. He doesn't have many subscribers yet, just 12.4. I assume this is a new podcast, and I think you'll see more of it in the future just because he's quite a personality.
I don't shine shoes, I don't tape ankles, I don't cut checks. Great cash, homie. I don't shine shoes, I don't tape ankles, I don't cut checks. Great cash, homie. Everybody, one clap, one clap, one clap, one clap.
I followed Sports Card Dad since 2020, since the COVID times when he first started. I forget, Brad maybe? Is that right? That's amazing if that name just came to my head. He had a show with someone else. That dude kind of, decided, hey, I'm out. He might still be collecting cards. He might not be, but he stopped making card content long ago. And Sports Card Dad kept going. And Sports Card Dad, he was one of like the 3 people I watched, and then he started to have a hard time continuing the growth. I mean, I love his topics. I think I think he's passionate, And based off these, I just want to show you like 1.5, 69. This just came out 1,000, 2,000. But the video here, which got close to 4,000 views, is making the video of the week, and that's why the sports card influencers continue to lie to us. I don't watch all his stuff. However, this got my attention, and I did watch, and I thought it was a good topic, and he did a good job.
In the last few years, there's been a lot of focus and energy around pump and dump and pumping and dumping of single cards, or maybe of product, I suppose. I think that we need to look a little bit harder at pump and dump, which is simply just pumping up a product and selling it if you are a dealer or if you're a shop owner or whatever it is, for products that don't really make a whole lot of sense, that are really overpriced. And right now, I think that a lot of us can agree that we are living in a world with a lot of overpriced sports card product. For people that are opening up boxes, opening up packs, or entering into breaks, a lot of people, I would say most people, are losing on these products. Now, if you're buying into a break to get cards of your favorite team, I'm a huge New Orleans Saints fan, so if I'm buying in cheap on a New Orleans Saints case break or something because I just want to get those cards, then we're talking about a different thing. But I know that a lot of people in this space, want the hits. They are buying into that break because they want to get the big pull. They want that lottery ticket to cash in. But the truth is, the real truth is, a lot of these hits are so overly done that what's a hit anymore? You know, what's an actual hit? I don't see a lot of breakers that'll come out and say like, okay, this is our hit out of this box, and you know, it's okay, but it's not great. I'm going to be honest, it's not great. I don't see a lot of breakers doing that, or shop owners for that matter. You know, it's a lot of celebrating anything. You know, anything that pops up, it's like, oh my gosh, that's a great card. What a cool card. They might not say that's a valuable card, but they'll say, oh, what a cool card. And so we're in a world where we have business owners, bless them, you know, they need to make a living and so forth. But as consumers, as customers, it needs to be understood that you are/we are, anybody that's buying into new product, are really paying for the most expensive product maybe ever that's come out on the sports card market. I'm just talking about across the board aggregate. If you take the averages for hobby boxes across low end, mid end, and the high end product, it's more expensive than ever. And some people will say, oh, well, you know, inflationary, you know, bread's more expensive. Okay, well, cards are not, it's not the same as bread or milk. I understand that things are more expensive, but in the world of sports cards and collectibles, the whole idea is that you're getting more value out of it. Now, maybe a breaker or a shop owner, they might say, oh, but you're getting entertainment value. And maybe that's true. You know, maybe you're okay spending $100 in a break or on a box and getting $10, $15, $20, nothing out of it potentially, because you had a good time with the camaraderie and all that stuff. But how long does that last? You know, how many new people do you bring in, have that experience, and then they end up leaving? Rob Veras kind of made this point on breaking in general, but I think you could also throw this on shop owners as well with new product. How are you going to be able to really sell product that stinks? I think people are going to buy a box, or they're going to buy some sort of new product, they're going to buy into a break, buy into a Raz. The problem with that is then you need more and more new people.
You know, he makes a good point. These products are just at all-time crazy, ridiculous highs. The reason they're this high is because breakers are the people that go in and buy it. It's not you or me that's spending $1,200 on this hobby box. It's breakers buying up the product at that price and then breaking it to make some sort of profit, even at this high price. You know, they get the few teams that or players that they can get a lot of money for to make sure they break even. But that, I can't understand how else these prices stay where they are. You know, they have trickled down since COVID prices, but however, these prices are still just not realistic for anyone. A $300 or $400 box is a premium expensive thing to buy at the moment for most of us, let alone a $1,200 to $1,500 to $2,000 box. So I thought this was a good video from Sports Card Dad. The thing about my classroom is that when it's pitch black or dark, you get a real good shot of the Las Vegas Strip. You know, it's hard coming up and finding smaller card channels. So if you have a smaller channel that you watch or you think's real good and want it featured or highlighted in one of these Saturday videos, well, comment below the name of the channel so I could check it out. And, you know, it's just hard when you search videos for sports cards, the big names come up. So again, I'm trying my best to feature some of the smaller channels as well. Comment below if you have a smaller channel you want me to check out. Last channel we're going to look at is Spitballing Cards, and I got to say, man, Scotty B Cards, he's part of it. This is a podcast with 4 guys, sometimes 5. It's led pretty much by Scotty B Cards, and his video has been featured twice in Best Card Content of the Week, the only channel to be featured more than once so far. And now here's the Spitballing Cards 2024 Bowman Should You Buy, and just everything you need to know. And 44 minutes is a long video, kind of too long for me. I'm not watching many hour-long, 40-minute-long card videos. I'm just being honest. I'm actually curious if you are. Do this for me, by the way. Comment below. What's the perfect time? You know, I mean, should card content be 6-minute videos? Should it be 12? Should it be 20? For you. I mean, if I see a 40-minute video, it's really hard for me to commit. On other topics, maybe so, but on sports cards, and I love sports cards, and I love the content, I just love it, but still, to put an hour or 45 minutes to a video, it was well done. They did a great job. I'm featuring it here, but I am curious. Just for you, you're watching the video. What's the video length that you think is, yes, I'm going to go out and say between 8 to 12 minutes. I know this video is going to run longer than that, but for me, that's why it feels like, for me, 8 to 12 minutes is solid. What do you think? Comment below. Is it 20? Is it less than 12? Is it less than 8? So let's take a look. Let's jump right into their showing some of the inserts and autographs in this set.
They're calling it a case hit. Gladiators of the Diamond. Here's one of Paul Skeen's. This is the 1 of 1.
Does that do anything for you guys? That does nothing for me.
I kind of like it.
I liked it the first time I saw it, and now I'm not. I don't know.
I don't hate it, but I wouldn't buy one. The ones above, I actually liked, but this one's okay.
This one's knocking off.
I like this more than the anime person.
All right, Bowman Origin of Greatness. Just 10 copies of each player. I guess that's what makes it cool. Doesn't look great here, but maybe in hand it looks.
It's kind of like an atomic thunderstorm or something like that. Like he's in like some outer space movie or something.
Those are difficult for me. There's a lot. If you go back to like the history of Bowman, there's a lot of random like one-off inserts that just never have a ton of value.
Yeah,
because they're one-off, and that's what that looks like to me. It's like a Bowman Inception more than like the old school Bowman Inception. Then it belongs in this set.
I feel like of all these inserts we're looking at, those anime ones to me seem like they're so different that if there's one of these that could take off, it's going to be that one.
That's a direct copy of Panini, though, because they had an anime insert. But we have the advantage of having like the 1955 Bowman set, which is pretty cool in comparison. Yeah. It's coming off the screen, which is direct correlation to anime, right? So I think there is some enduring qualities about that product. So I want to ask you guys about these. I've still not gotten quite on board with the concept of the first Bowmans for like the all-time greats. The autographs, though, are pretty freaking cool. I think Johnny Bench had one last year, and a couple other players, but like they are neat cards of a Pete Rose collector. We all know Pete Rose signs a ton. He's at a ton of shows, constantly signing. He did a lot with Leaf, and you can get basically blaster boxes with a guaranteed Pete Rose sticker autograph in it for like $30. So his autographs aren't rare, but what value do you think these are going to have, right? I've always kind of wondered that for these type of cards. Do you think these will go for big money, or do we think they're just going to be another Pete Rose autograph? I'd assume there's a premium, but like, what do you think that's going to be?
How often does Pete Rose sign in Topps products?
Never. Not a long time, I don't think. I could be wrong, but I don't think he's signed Topps for a long time. Topps actually stays away from a lot of the players who the Players Association stays away from. So like Jose Canseco, he's been back, but like they separated from Barry Bonds a little bit, right? And then Pete Rose a little bit. So he doesn't sign often, I don't believe.
Yeah, I mean they'll be in demand at first. We saw that last year.
The Johnny Bench orange to 25 sold for $1,000 in September. A couple of copies of the orange sold for that much. Carl Yastrzemski to red to 5 sold for $750. So for Pete Rose, I mean, I don't know.
Have you heard any bounties on anything this year? Right, last year we had bounties.
Just Dylan Cruz, 1 of 1, 200,000 DA Card World, I think.
DA Card World, because I feel like those
they're adjusting to the market, going down a little bit, I think.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was a random bounty on that Pete Rose Superfractor for 30,000, 50,000, something stupid. But
I like the setup. I like how the four of them are over here. I guess Sports Card Radio kind of does something like this on their lives. For whatever reason, this looks just a little bit cleaner. I'm not quite sure why. But they go over the different autographs as you saw, and I thought it was kind of crazy. Pete Rose has, as he mentioned, you can get a 30, I think it's in the clip I showed you. There's $30 blaster boxes out there with guaranteed Pete Rose autographs. So I understand this is like a first Bowman, one something cool, but you're telling me that you can get a Pete Rose autograph card for $30, but the fact this is just first Bowman 101, he thinks someone's going to put 30 grand on it. That's another, I'm not going to say case study, but it's another damn good thing to follow or keep an eye on. What does this one-of-one Pete Rose, because I think that's crazy. No one really challenged him on it. I think I have mad respect for Scotty B cards, but to think and it's just insane to think that there's thousands, if not tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of cards autographed by Pete Rose. You can get one for $30, probably less than that, on eBay or something. Yet because this is a first Bowman one-of-one, Scotty B thinks it's going to be 30 grand. Wow. That's insane. I thought the content was great this week. I just want to comment on my channel, almost a little channel analysis instead of, I thought, maybe I could just analyze my channel on a separate video, but I'll just do it right here in 30 seconds. Last time this year, May of 2023, I think my channel was getting, I probably had 300 or 400 subscribers, and my channel was getting probably 30 to 50 views, maybe 20 to 80 views on average. I don't know, something like that, a video. And here we are a year later. I think I'm sitting at like 1,100 subscribers. So grown by 800 since last year. And the videos are anywhere between, 200 and 600. Or I've had some that hit 10,000, but on average, especially this new style of video I'm making with this board, they've been getting between, here's 2,000, but that was my old style. The old style is a little more love, 940, 1.5, 1.4, 10,000. So, but I changed the style here. I really did, in using this board and these type of videos. So I'd say my average video gets between 200 to 600, which means I've 10x my videos over the past year. And so sometimes it just feels like such a slow grind. And what am I doing to put 3 or 4 days of work and interviews and crunching solid math for 300 views? Sometimes it's crushing. However, I have to remind myself, like last year, that's 10 times the amount. So I'm not saying I will, but the goal, I guess, for my channel is, again, when I'm sitting out here next year, my school year is about to end. It's May. We have 1 week left. So next year, at the end of my school year, I'd love to see these numbers close to 10x again, where I'm getting, 2 to 3 to 4,000 views. That's a big ask. I don't know if I'll get there. I don't know. But I want to mention one more thing before we go, is that when I type in sports cards to this, the big channels come up. It's hard to find smaller channels. It's hard to find some of the more obscure channels, including probably mine. I remember we featured Simon. I can't remember the numbers behind Simon Cards, and he has about 1,000 subscribers, and it's hard to find channels like that. So please help me out. Help the community out. If you have a smaller channel you want me to go look at so I can possibly feature, comment below. You don't have to email me. That's how I had it at the beginning. Just put a comment below of the channel's name. Maybe you could give me a specific video, but if not, just give me a couple channels that maybe you like that are smaller that I've never seen. I'm sure there's channels out there even with 10 to 20,000 subscribers that aren't tiny that I still probably, the public or the masses still have a hard time finding. So anyways, comment below the perfect video time length for you and any channels, card channels that you watch that maybe I don't know about, so I can keep an eye on and maybe feature them in best card content of the week. Thank you for watching. As always, have an excellent day. If you're watching on Saturday, I release this every Saturday morning. Last week was the first week I missed, but the plan is every Saturday morning, and we'll give a like, subscribe, and have a great day.
What's the matter? You bums forgot how to kill people? Doesn't your work mean anything to you anymore? Have you no sense of pride in what you do? No sense of duty? No sense of destiny? I'm looking for generals! What do I got? Foot soldiers! I want Tracy dead!
What up, everybody? This is Robert Ory, a.k.a. Big Shot Bob, and you're watching Professional Sports Cards. Hey, by the way, go buy my rookie card.